It's Luke and Naomi.
All right, Luke and Naomi on air featuring Naomi's Under a Rock Reviews, episode 97. We are back and 1% less worse.
That kind of took me off guard there.
Caught you off guard with that one, right? All right, trying to get better every episode. 1% less worse each and every episode. That's what the last 2 weeks about. We had 2 weeks off. We're just trying to get 1% less worse, or trying to get Naomi's voice 100% better.
So that's what I was thinking, needing the rest and all of that. There is some nasty bug or bugs going around or whatever. I don't know. Pretty sure it was just the flu. But, man, I went down hard and fast.
Either way, you are all better.
I am. I'm feeling like 99.9999% better.
Wonderful. We are Luke and Naomi, hence the name.
That's right.
I'm Luke Austin. That's Naomi Lynn. I've seen a whole bunch of movies. Naomi has not.
I'm working on it.
She's working on it. So basically what we're doing here is we got a cool review coming up of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, 91, 89, 90? I'm pretty sure it's 90.
I just saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so if you've seen it, relive your first watch through Naomi's eyes. If you've never seen it either, should you watch it at all?
I'll let you know.
She'll let us know. I'm not confident on this one. We do have this review coming up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, my jam from the kid. I mean, pajamas, bed sheets, all the toys, the whole 9 yards. I was a turtle, my whole life.
Yeah.
Basically, watching this is like, man, I love this movie as a kid. Also watching this, I'm going, man, I doubt Naomi likes this at all. So we'll see what she has to say in her review. That's coming up in just a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the OG. I hope she liked it enough to get to the second one at least. I just want to watch the second one, to be honest with you. And I mean, you saw the first, you got to watch the second. Anyway.
That's not necessarily true.
See.
Always have to watch the sequels.
Yeah, all right, good. We'll find out if you're going to be excited to do that or not in just a little bit. So as we mentioned, we've been off for a couple of weeks. Naomi lost her voice hard and fast. I mean, just all of a sudden she was down, and then a day or two later, starting to feel better, but the voice just
went away. It was ridiculous. I was in the middle of talking to someone, and it like cracked a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just slowly started disappearing, and by the end of the day, I had absolutely no voice. And I'm like, the hell?
I got the laryngitis. Yeah, so
I need this. I need to talk.
That took us down for an unplanned second week.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now, though, we have a plan because we're getting closer to the holidays and the end of the year.
I don't know if you heard that noise. That was me rubbing my hands together because Luke said, we have a plan.
Like evil villain. Yeah, because it's Naomi's plan, honestly. So we've got, obviously we're pushing our way to 100.
That's right. We're almost there.
So we've planned out the episode. Now we have a schedule for the first time probably ever for our next couple episodes. We're going to do 97 now, 98 and 99, and then episode 100.
Yes.
We're going to kick off the new year with, details from our not-so-polar plunge and all of that, plus a couple of really cool surprises we're hoping to have ready by then. One surprise I'm absolutely going to blow well before we get to episode 100 just because of excitement. The other one might just slip up a bunch.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And, we're trying to throw a couple other things in there as well for a big 100th episode celebration.
Yes, but episode 100 will hit before the new year.
It will. I thought we were doing it after.
No, because...
See, look, I don't know the schedule already.
101 will be our first recording in the new year.
Oh, right. That's what we said. Yes. I knew you had the numbers.
For January.
Yeah, you had the numbers ready.
I wanted to push it so that the 100th episode was the first one for 2025, but that's a long span of time that we'd be missing episodes, and we don't want to do that.
Right, so
we like doing this every week.
98, 99, and 100 in 2024.
Yes. And then we'll have a little Christmas break.
I'm just going to edit out the whole front part of that.
That's fine.
Where everything I said.
That's fine.
It's... Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nobody
knows.
It's Naomi's Under a Rock review, damn it.
That's right. This is my show.
That's right.
Laying down the law. You know what we're going to do? It's going to be episode 103. No, I'm just kidding.
So, that's what's coming up. I don't know what we've planned. We do have a movie sort of penciled in for that review.
Yes, we do.
Now,
I was thinking about that earlier today.
So we'll make that announcement coming up, after episode 99, I bet.
Yeah,
How about that?
probably.
We make you wait for all of that stuff. So we got some cool things sort of lined up for episode 100.
Which is really
more and
big.
more is falling into place.
Which is really, really big. Like Luke said earlier, that, this is the first time we have a plan, because most of the time we're just
flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
That's what you were going for, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
That's our MO anyway.
Yeah.
So if you noticed, the first week we were off, we put up our political attack ads because it was fitting. That was that, election week.
It was very fitting.
And all that stuff. We made these ads back in 2020 for that election, just to make fun of political ads, because it doesn't matter what side you're on.
They're so annoying.
I just had to stop myself from F-bombing our podcast right
Yeah.
now. But they are so bleeping stupid.
Well, that,
no
now
matter what.
with the spam calls and
yeah, all of
text
it.
messages, I was losing my mind.
So we had to poke fun at some of that stuff a little
Yes.
bit. And you can still see them. They're up on the YouTube, the Facebook, all of that. Our political attack ads. Naomi saying I sleep too much.
You did.
Me making
You
fun
still
of
do.
her not laughing at my jokes that are funny. And more and more. You can check all those
That are
out.
funny.
And speaking of the
Pathetic.
YouTube, I'm just going to plow right through that. Speaking of the YouTube page, we have a new Sips and Snacks on the way that we just shot the other day.
Yes.
Looking
Turkey
forward to that.
Chunga 2024.
Little Thanksgiving thing. If you're not from the Wilmington area, the next Sips and Snacks will help you choose your beer or wine pairing for Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, because that's exactly what it is.
And if you are in the Wilmington area and you have never heard of the Turkey Chunga from Flaming Amy's Burrito Barn, you need to get on that. They're
Yep.
only here until, I believe,
the day before Thanksgiving.
that's what it is. So I
Yep.
got to get at least one more of these in before they go away.
You're running out of time.
Absolutely. Now I'm panicking a little bit on the inside.
You
and I'm going to
should
be
be.
distracted for the rest of the episode completely, just because I got to have another Turkey Chunga. Thanksgiving in a chimichanga, basically. Deep-fried burrito.
deep-fried burrito.
It's wonderful.
With
Highly recommended.
jalapeno gravy on top of it.
You're killing me.
Oh, it's so good.
I got to make a schedule to get a couple of those before next Thursday.
Yeah, again, you're running out of time.
Jesus.
But we do have the video up, the Sips and Snacks last year that we did.
Yeah, so you
with
can
this
see it.
deep fried burrito. And we pair a beer and a wine. This year, it is a different beer and a different wine, which is really cool. And again, we'll have that video for you shortly. We will have it up before Thanksgiving.
With plenty of time to get to
yes,
the
we will
booze
give you
store.
at least a weekend to, get your ingredients.
Yeah,
and
but if you want to check out
booze.
last year's, you can do that. That's up on the YouTube page right now.
Yep.
If you remember episode 96,
No, I don't.
we did that after the weekend before Halloween. So we were talking about the costume contest that we were
Oh,
in.
that's right.
And we were telling everybody to head on over to Broomtail Pub and Arcade's page and vote for us. Well, thank you for everybody who did.
Yes, we appreciate all the votes and
the-
all the love.
All the love that got us the first place winner.
That's right. We won. I just need to take a moment to enjoy those bragging rights. Our Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson won.
Absolutely. And we just threw these together between Wednesday and Saturday.
Yes.
Walked into the place and walked out the costume contest first place winner. So how about
Yeah.
that? Very
Pretty
cool.
awesome.
So if you did get over and vote for us, thank you. If you didn't, we didn't need you anyway.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
about, how about that?
It's kind of brutal there.
Some people aren't on Facebook, so that's their out. Hey, you
Yeah.
won anyway. There you go.
Yeah.
Giving them their out. Mentioned the Sips and Snacks and all of that. Now, every year, the Toy Hall of Fame in Rochester, New York, it's like in the Strong Museum of Play or associated with or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do inductees, just like sports Hall of Fames, baseball, football, that stuff. And they announced the nominees earlier this year. Well, we know who's going in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. We know the inductees
We
now.
do. It's one of my favorite things because I pay attention to the football, all of the major sports Hall of Fames and the inductees
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I really get into the Toy Hall of Fame because it's freaking toys, and we all
You're a
play the
child.
toys, right? And I am a child perpetually. So the nominees this year were, let me see,
I don't remember. Pound puppies were on there, weren't they?
Pound Puppies. I
thought
think so.
so.
Let me read the list and we'll see if we get there. Apples to Apples and Sequence,
Okay.
Pokemon trading cards.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Choose Your Own Adventure games, game books, Hess Toy Trucks, which I think It's a solid choice for the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
Remote control vehicles, the hobby horse, the stick horse.
Yeah.
Do you know they do competitions in Germany of that? Did we talk about this the last time we talked about this? Okay.
I don't remember if we talked about it on air, but I
think it's
remember we
Germany.
talked about it, and I just can't.
Trampolines and plain old balloons were the other.
Oh, I thought pound puppies were on that list.
Shout out to Balloons for winning us a costume contest. We needed Dolly Parton boobs.
That's right. If it wasn't for those balloons, we would not have won.
Plain old balloons.
No.
How about that?
I think they deserve to be in the Toy Hall of Fame now.
So those were the nominees that didn't get in. The ones who got in this year. The card game Phase 10. That's just nonsense. I mean, have you ever played Phase 10? I don't think I ever have played Phase 10.
What am I thinking of?
If
what
Old
was the
Maid's
one that
not
we
in-
always played?
Skip-Bo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's not Phase 10.
not Phase 10.
I don't know the difference between
I don't know.
those
I think
games.
Phase 10's like a fancy Uno or I don't know. I never played it. So there. Transformers.
Okay.
Love that. I love Transformers. Those were some of my absolute favorites. You know, 2 toys in one.
That's right.
How much better can you get? And My Little Pony.
That deserved to be in. I remember arguing about that last week, 3 weeks ago.
Whenever we read the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I argued about that.
Most likely.
My Little Pony. It belongs in the Toy Hall of Fame.
So they went full on 80s because Phase 10 is 82, My Little Pony is 82, and Transformers 1984.
Okay. It was a 80s year. It's fine.
It's an 80s year, I guess so. So
Just
also
those 3
makes me feel
items?
old too. So those, the only 3 a year ish. I think sometimes they do 2, sometimes they do 4, but it's right around 3
Wow.
anyway.
So I don't know what I was thinking about pound puppies and why I thought those guys were in there, but somehow, for some reason, I did.
Last year's inductees were baseball cards, Cabbage Patch Kids. Maybe you're thinking that. Fisher Price Corn Popper and Nerf, like Nerf overall.
Yeah, they got a lot of toys. You know.
A lot of toys, a lot of old stuff that hasn't gotten in yet that'll surprise you.
Right. What was it? It was a couple years ago when like the top got in, and it was like, really?
Yeah, like they hadn't put the top in.
Yeah.
You know, you think it's bad in baseball or football. Some guys haven't gotten in yet. You know, the top never got in. It was one of the first toys. Come on. What are you doing? There we go. We talk about AI all the time.
Yes, we do.
Naomi's terrified of, you know, the robots and all of that. Hates the technology. We both
I
do.
appreciate our robot lords. It's fine.
That's being in you know radio as we are. It is really really hard to get behind the whole AI movement. But that is another story altogether, right?
Yes.
So I found one version, which I like to do. I like to find something to see if maybe you'll be like, okay, maybe I'll use that.
Okay.
All right. So a company is in the UK. See if Brian's used it or heard of it at all. But that has created a bot to talk to phone scammers and waste their time.
Oh, okay.
But it's modeled after like a grandparent.
Oh, interesting.
They call
So the
it,
phone scammer is going to actually think it's pulling something off because it's a grandma, and they're going to be wrong.
a little bit. So they call it the grandmother bot.
Okay.
It's just to waste phone scammers' time. The bot's named Daisy, Daisy.
Of course.
Right, clever. The voice mimics an older person who goads phone scammers into meandering, fruitless conversations. That's the description.
Okay.
I love it. This reminds me of The Simpsons and Abe Simpson. And like the first trick to do is tell them stories that don't go anywhere. Like that time I went to Shelbyville. All right. So this could be effective because old folks are a common target for scammers. We know that, right?
Yeah.
If the scammer is able to hang on long enough to insist personal information be given, Daisy will make up fake shit.
Awesome.
Isn't that wonderful?
I do like that. I think it'd be great. Honestly, the first thing that came to my head was what if they started saying something that ends up being somebody's information.
Or they give you
but,
fake information and accidentally hit a real...
Yeah, but I feel like that's so highly unlikely that hopefully it wouldn't happen,
Hopefully not, anyway. But the software, whatever, isn't something the scammers would be able to get by. The company that created it is a mobile phone operator, and they put numbers leading to Daisy on a lot of lists that scammers use for leads.
Nice.
So hopefully, it takes off. It comes to America. But, Daisy, the AI grandmother bot, Brian, any word? Have you heard of this at all?
I love this. I really do.
Because heck yeah, I'd be here for that.
I am.
That's what you get.
Because those phone scammers, it's so freaking annoying.
Next thing you know, we're going to have bots calling this bot, and they're going to start chatting and just take over the world.
That's how it starts. Is bots talking to each other.
Never mind Cyberdyne systems. It's the AI chatbots that end up destroying everything. Another AI bot thing that I want to do.
Is this another good one or is this a bad one?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Okay.
Okay.
Apparently, people have been using ChatGPT to fight with each other, or more one-sided in the situation that we have an example from.
Well, so it can help you write resumes and, have other conversations with people. So why not help with fights? Sure.
So apparently Huffington Post talked to a few experts. HuffPost it is now. Talked to a few experts who said going to ChatGPT for relationship advice might not be a bad idea for some stuff.
Yeah, some stuff.
But the idea is you have to do it right. So there's an example that is along with the story. A 25-year-old guy went to Reddit and was asking people what they thought. Probably, am I the asshole?
Yeah. Thing. I love reading those too, by the way.
Some of them are bad. Some of them are just infuriating. But anyway, so a 25-year-old guy goes to Reddit and he asks for advice. His girlfriend constantly uses ChatGPT to win arguments. So here's the setup. He says she'll pause a fight, which first of all, I think is, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Good on her for doing that. She'll pause the fight and then go to another room and put in the fight parameters on ChatGPT and come back with his quote, well-constructed argument, breaking down, everything he did wrong or whatever.
That's insane.
Isn't it?
Yes. Do we actually get to see what is said? Because I'm kind of curious.
No, but I would love to.
I just want to know.
I would absolutely love to see what she put in and stuff like that. So
because how detailed do you have to get for it to give you a good argument that you can take back and go, listen here, buddy.
I know. I want to know this, and I want to see if we can use it to construct some show arguments.
Oh, and
you know what I mean? And we'll go back and forth. So maybe we mess with that a little bit before the 100th episode, and we'll
that would be kind of fun.
Do some stuff like that. So if anybody has some goofy stuff, I know the Tong arguments and maybe hot dog is a sandwich. Those are very deep cut Luke and Naomi hot buttons, right? So
yeah, that would be a fun one to throw into Chat GPT.
How many tongs should a person have at maximum?
And my husband has this many, which is too many because the maximum you should have is this.
So
how do I yell at him about it?
That is perfectly skewing the ChatGPT too, because there's a good chance it'll back you up if you put in stuff like, I think they're being a jerk. Am I nuts?
So as you were telling me this,
oh, here we go.
Of course I wanted to test it out and see what was going, what kind of answers we get. So I put in, my husband thinks I sleep in too late. How do I tell him he's wrong?
Oh.
Because again, I'm trying to win the argument. How do I tell you that you're wrong here? So Chat GPT is GPT? GPT. Why do I always think those are the wrong initials? Anyways, wrote back and said, it sounds like you want to express your point of view in a way that addresses your husband's concern without causing tension. You could try something like this. Hey, I understand that you think I sleep in too late, but I think it's important for me to get enough rest. Everyone has different sleep needs, and for me, getting a full night's sleep is essential to feeling good and staying healthy. I'm happy to talk about it more if you're concerned, but I also want to make sure we both understand each other's needs when it comes to rest. And it goes on. It says, this approach emphasizes understanding, opens up a conversation, and helps set the boundary that you need adequate sleep without outright
win just because I want out of hearing
concern.
the rest of this. I'm already done. You win. That's so many words that I've conceited.
But it sounds like so sweet, you know, hey, I want to have a conversation with you and address your concerns, but also I need more sleep. Leave me the F alone.
No, that's how the article kind of wraps up. Like, if you're going to use it, you should each put in, you know, they don't run to the other room and try to use it to win the argument. Like, both, you could use it like in place of a relationship counselor.
Yeah, I can see
People
that.
have actually been using it in that vein because they can't afford a therapist or something like that.
Oh, that's smart.
But then they do it where, like, you each put in honest stuff that's not, like, skewed or whatever you want to say.
Even at that, I put in, how do I tell him he's wrong? And the answer I got, you know, doesn't say, you know, he's wrong or anything.
How do I tell him he's wrong?
That's what I put in there. How do I tell him he's wrong?
At least ChatGPT was nice enough to soften the blow.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about that?
Yeah.
So there he goes. Maybe we can figure out how to get a couple of arguments settled for the show.
And I'd like to see, like, it going back and forth. We're going to have to do that for next episode. Like, write a note now, because I'm kind of curious.
All right. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do for sure. It is now time for your recurrent dose of Did You Know? I have some random facts for episode 90 freaking 7. I can't believe it's already almost Thanksgiving. Can't believe we've done 96 and a half of these things.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, what the hell?
Well, I feel like we already, crossed that bridge earlier this episode.
We just constantly cross that bridge.
Yeah.
We're always
I've gotten over it.
on that.
I've gotten over it.
Did you know?
The last 20 minutes.
In the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you know the term soap opera comes from old dramatic radio shows from the 20s and 30s? The 1920s and 30s.
That's right. Get it right.
That were sponsored by Procter & Gamble. They would use shows to plug their soap products. Legitimately, that's where the name soap opera came from.
I always wondered.
Soap drama.
To be honest with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
because I always say, like, work is like a soap opera, so I think about soap operas probably more than the normal person does.
That's hilarious.
And I did always wonder where that term came from.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you know officially 6 people died in the Great Fire of London in 1666, and at least 7 have died by falling off the monument to commemorate it?
That's weird.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy. Did you know Reese's Pieces aren't made with the same filling as Reese's Peanut Butter Cups?
Makes sense.
Because
they
one's
do
got a
have a
creamier-
different texture.
Crazy, right?
I don't like that fact.
Don't like that one?
No.
Did you know the first U.S. president to visit a foreign country while they were in office was Teddy Roosevelt in 1906?
Nope.
He went to, any guesses?
Canada? Mexico?
Teddy Roosevelt,
Yeah, I don't know.
Panama.
Oh.
I know.
Now I feel really dumb.
That face you're making is, yeah. Did you know when Doritos launched in 1966, they were just plain corn tortilla chips?
I'm glad they added some flavoring to them.
The nacho cheese powder wasn't added until 1972.
Wait, when did they start?
1972.
No, before that.
1966.
Oh, okay. I think I was thinking of the other thing you read, 1902 or something like that.
1906. That is your recurrent dose of Did You Know Some Random Facts for episode 97. So last episode, what?
I was just going to say, because if it was 1902 to 1972 or whatever it was, that's a long time of plain corn tortillas.
Oh, yeah.
Chips.
No, just less than, still like 8 years or something like that. Now I've
Still
forgotten.
a long time.
I don't know if my math's correct or not. 6 years or something. Do you hear this clicking sound that I keep hearing?
No.
I keep hearing something clicking in the track. So
I don't know.
Just wondering what that was. All right, last episode 96, we asked you, what was your crazy irrational fear?
Oh yeah, this one I was not looking forward to this one because I don't want to have more fears all of a sudden.
We don't have to get deep into, crazy like terrors and stuff like that, or real deep-seated fears or anything like that. But what is an irrational fear some people have? Some of the examples that we have was, I think it's abophobia, which is a fear of palindromes because the word itself is a palindrome.
That's weird.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's linonophobia, which is a fear of string.
I feel like that would be very difficult in life to deal with.
A fear A fear of string. You probably come up across string a little bit more than you would realize, right?
Yeah.
Which you can relate to.
The same with buttons.
With buttons, yeah. So I forget.
I don't have that phobia written out, though. But it's long.
Kumonunophobia or something like that. Had to look it up before. Naomi has a discomfort of buttons. That's legitimate. A couple other was being framed for murder. That's an irrational fear that somebody has.
I get that fear, though, because, like, your life is over if you get framed for murder.
That is,
or, like, just your DNA was somewhere where it wasn't supposed to be. And, like, now your life is over. You're going to go to jail for the rest of your life.
That's crazy.
That's crazy and
so
scary.
my hair is long. I've the donation thing for wigs for kids, right? And I remember when I first got into looking into that and stuff, I saw like a goofy thing that was like a kid was worried about, hey, what if somebody who donates their hair commits a crime and, police come looking for me because I'm wearing their hair on my head.
Yes.
How do we get around that? I'm pretty sure like that doesn't work somehow or something like that. I don't know.
I still don't trust it.
Just be careful, kid.
Just scary.
Don't put yourself in, don't be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's right.
Right, Stanley? Let's see. Losing my kids in public. That one's a legitimate one. Someone stealing ideas at work.
Okay.
Well, then just don't be flaunting your ideas until it's time. My husband telling me he's never been in love with me. Wow, that's okay.
That's
deep-seated scary ones just out the window.
Yeah.
Right? Being late for work and getting fired for it.
Aw, that's sad. That's you got like trauma from a bad boss or something.
That is kind of a PTSD answer right there. Let's see. Paul says Paul's actually told me this one before. Paul says it has freaked me out. He says home ownership has added a boatload of crazy fears. Every sound is a water leak, or every sound of water is a leak.
Yeah.
Every creaky board means mold or rot. Warped ceilings or drywall or collapsing. He says the list is just endless.
Goes on. Yep.
Oh man, I feel for you, Paul.
Anytime you see like a little crack, you're like, oh my gosh, is that like a crack in the foundation? Like, do we have to replace everything right now?
Yeah.
Is the house just going to collapse all of a sudden? Yes.
Ralph's got a great answer as usual. He says, getting robbed or the house broken into while I'm in the shower.
Yeah, because what do? You're in the shower.
Better know how to fight naked.
Yeah. Although, like, I think about it and, most of the time it's, well, I wouldn't know for sure, but, a lot of times I think with somebody who's breaking into a house, they're hoping you're not home because this makes it easier. Can go in, ransack the place, and get out and be done. So if you're in the shower and you're naked, I think
amount of thought.
Your best bet would be to get out of the shower. Because if I was in somebody's house that I didn't belong in and I was trying to take things and all of a sudden there's a naked person like coming at me, I'm going to get real scared. I'm going to get out of there real fast. Because that person is crazy and I broke into a crazy person's house. It's not the house you want to be in.
That is quite the played out scenario.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
That's
anytime.
Because that's worth a laugh too. Like I'm picturing a burglar breaking in, and then somebody getting out the shower naked and coming at him, and the burglar just
Well, that's the thing, and you gotta you have to act crazy too. You come out of the shower going,
oh my god,
blah blah
that's
blah
terrible.
blah blah, like flailing your arms and screaming and
mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. Todd says, Hold on. Hippopato monstro sesquipedalophobia. It's fear of long words.
oh,
It's on the Facebook page if you want to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Snowman says running out of ranch for the tacos made with my new tongs.
I love how you just threw everything in there.
Just everything.
Yep.
And nobody lets it go either, which is wonderful. Ralph says another one, probably one that many people have. He says when someone passes away and you're at the funeral, for them to start moving or making noises.
What?
Never crossed my mind, man.
Never crossed my mind either, Ralph.
The best part is I've read this comment already, to myself and laughed just as hard. For them to start moving or making noises. Wonderful. I love it. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to get your answers in on this one, it's still up on the Facebook page. You could drop a comment on it, and also be on the lookout for next week's question. Jesus, Ralph.
I love that one. I think that's my favorite answer. It wasn't a fear that I had, and it's not a fear that I have now, to be honest with you. I'm still not worried about that. If I go to a funeral, I'm not worried that body is going to start moving.
No, that's weird. That's weird, Ralph.
That
That's
was
weird.
a great one, Ralph. I love
Great
it.
answer.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, so for next episode, we want to know, this one's great. I saw it the other day as a Reddit thing. What would you do if you woke up and it was 2005? Like you wake up tomorrow and the year's 2005.
I think I'm gonna invest in like Airbnb and stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be a major answer, right? That, and I mean, then there's where there's some heavy answers involved there.
Oh, I bet you could go to. We could go to concerts for less money.
Concerts for less money. That
would be nice.
A good festival.
Yeah.
I like that. So, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow in the year's 2005? Of course,
I'd do a lot of things. That's for sure.
There's the heavy answers, responses, spend time with loved ones who have since passed, and things like that. Now, I'm not trying to discount those, but the fun answers are in the goofy answers.
Yeah.
So that's what we definitely want to hear. Stuff like online. A couple of the answers were breathe a huge sigh of relief and do everything differently.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get a second chance if you wake up and it's 2005. Like, you know how to play the next almost 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's coming, though, also. So can you handle it?
Yeah.
I mean...
we know what's coming. So, like, if it blindsides you, that's your fault.
Oh, man. How about this one? This is my kind of answer right here. I'm firing up Halo 2 on Xbox Live as soon as possible.
There you go.
I want stuff like that one.
Yes, that's a good one.
Not having to deal with text messages every single... I think I got my first cell phone in 2005, though. So... Pre-June 2005, I think it was around then. Tell Blockbuster to buy Netflix is a great answer.
I like that. I think I'm not on Facebook, and I'm not worrying about scrolling on Facebook at that time. And I'm not mindlessly scrolling on Facebook. I have the whole day to do whatever I want.
05.
I feel like that's the year I got on Facebook.
Really?
No. It
I
had to
got
be
on
later.
Facebook in like 08 or 09, so whatever. Let's see here.
MySpace, maybe?
MySpace, absolutely. Shed tears of joy that the last 20 years of trauma and negative events were all just a dream. I don't know what kind of life they're living, but okay. This one says, I'd buy tank tops. Aeropostale probably has 3 for $20.
Oh, yes!
Shopping in general, right?
Yes, everything. I'm loading up. And saving some dollars.
Then there was go pee. I almost always have to pee when I wake up.
Oh, nice. It's a good answer because that's true.
Very
Yes.
literal answer. So let us know what you think. I'm looking for some good deep cuts. I hope we have some fun ones. What would you do if you woke up and it was 2005?
Maybe you invest in Facebook at that time because 2005, I feel like, is pretty early. And that's when you want to get on the bandwagon.
Just figure out a way to make it not happen.
It's too late. It's too late.
Yeah, by 05 it is, isn't it?
Yeah, lean into it. Make some money off of it. Something.
Just eradicate Facebook.
You gotta go back further.
Take
Sorry.
down the internet. All right, looking forward to those.
Never mind. Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Another astonishingly detailed scenario about this that you've instantly made up in your head.
No, it was just gonna say that we need the internet so everybody can hear us right now.
Excellent point. There you go. What would you do if you woke up and it was 2005? Facebook, you can let us know. Luke and Naomi on air, or
Facebook. Did you hear that? Did you hear what you said?
Facebook,
yeah.
Luke and Naomi, and it's not as bad as something you've said in the past. So not even gonna bring it back up. You can also drop your comment on YouTube, which Mark Zuckerberg doesn't own yet. Or right on the Spotify page if you're listening on Spotify. But you know what? YouTube's where it's at.
That's right.
Follow us on YouTube. You can see the pictures of things we're talking about. And subscribe, and you're gonna want to be there sooner rather than later. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
All right. Is it time? I think it's time.
It is.
It is about time. Let's hit this button here. It is time for Naomi's Under a Rock review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, the Under a Rock review thing, this is great. It's been awesome to catch you up on movies, forever and ever and ever. But sometimes there's just those times where it's like, if you had watched this when you were a kid like you were supposed to, you wouldn't have had to sit through it the other night, because I just don't think she liked it at all. So without further ado, Naomi's Under a Rock review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We'll see. We'll see what I think here. All right. So we start in New York City. We got a young reporter named April. Is that like how that goes? You know this too well. Too well.
I was 7.
Okay. All right. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that you know it too well. All right. So we meet April.
Sheets and pajamas, I'm telling you.
She's talking about a recent crime ring that has the police baffled. She ends up leaving work and being a victim of this crime ring. Well, almost a victim. They were stealing like TVs and news equipment when she walked around the corner. What?
They were just camcorders.
Is that what it was?
Just, the home use camcorder. Home electronics.
Well, it was big enough to be from a newsroom.
So
My
big.
bad.
It was so big.
It was. And the TVs that they were stealing were smaller, but they were still big.
Oh, I love it. At least I'm going to get some laughs out of this one.
Things. Yeah. Anyways, so they're stealing a whole bunch of stuff.
News equipment.
She works at a news station.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I understand. That was just great.
She walks around the corner. They all kind of spot each other. So she's like, oh, shoot, takes off running. They start running after her, yelling, grab her purse, all that. There's one guy is like tackling her. There's this small dagger thing that goes flying into a streetlight. What is it called?
It's a sigh. He says what it's called 2 minutes later. I lost a sigh. Damn!
I missed that part. A sigh?
Raphael's anger is just my favorite.
A sigh?
S-A-I, sigh. It's
okay.
called a sigh.
All right, so a sigh goes flying into a streetlight, making it pitch black. Then the cops arrive. All the bandits are tied up mysteriously. And we see one of the Ninja Turtles peeking out from a manhole cover.
What's he say?
That he lost his sigh?
He goes, damn. So when I was a kid, it was the biggest swear word ever that I had heard in movies.
They say it like 3 times
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
it was
movie.
a big deal.
Yeah.
We watched it in class, in school, and the teachers were nervous.
That's so silly.
It was a Catholic school.
That's so silly.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we get to see the Turtles' hideout in the sewer with Master Splinter, a rat.
Oh, I can't believe you know nothing, Jon Snow.
I
Under a Rock reviews biting me in the ass. It's funny when you don't know the vampire rules, but when you don't know anything about the Ninja Turtles, it's hurting.
I'm sorry. I knew there was 4 of them. I knew they lived in the sewer.
Okay, you gotta
think
save
I knew
those
that.
answers for the end.
And I knew there was a rat involved. I just didn't know the connection. All right.
She thought they meant snitch.
No, I didn't. All right. So, Splinter, Master Splinter. I'm going to try to continue to use that instead of rat, which I used a lot.
Oh, my God.
He tells them that they must do all of their fighting in the shadows. No one can know it's them or see them. Then we get into some goofy antics, like one of the turtles is distracted and ordering a pizza.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, and they're saying it's time to meditate, so they end up turning on music, teenage stuff.
Tequila.
That's right. And one goes out to the movies.
Raphael.
Raphael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just Raph.
Raph. Let's go with
Just
Raph.
Raph. His friends call him Raph.
So Raph goes to the movies, but at that point, I didn't think that's what he was doing. I figured he was looking for the dagger that he lost. Sigh.
Damn it.
At this point, I think that's going to lead him into trouble because, someone might see him. But apparently he did, I guess, go to the movies, which was weird.
He really did.
Yeah. Afterwards, some
did you
guys...
see what he saw?
Critters or something?
Critters.
Yeah.
That was great.
Afterwards, some guys from the crime ring were around. And they, stole some lady's purse as they were, running by.
Yep.
Raph.
Yep.
Was a question. Tripped them, got the purse back. But when he went to finish up with the bandits, we meet Casey Jones, who ends up trying to beat them up. Casey and Raph end up fighting, which is crazy because, they're basically on the same side, but
Both
whatever.
vigilantes don't know it.
Yeah.
That's how team-ups happen. You fight each other first and realize, what are we doing? The purse guy's
We
getting
like
away.
each other,
That's
yes.
Right, yeah.
All right,
Jose Canseco back. Tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
What?
If you know, you know.
I don't. All right.
You didn't pay attention.
No, not well enough, apparently. April then does a news report with the chief of police where she believes the police aren't telling the whole truth about this crime ring. After she talks with the police, she's running late, misses her train, and then we've got the Foot Clan, all the bad guys, that are stealing everything. They're waiting for her. Luckily, Raph was nearby.
Nailed it.
Well, I spelt this wrong like half the time where there's an L between the PH.
Autocorrect, get you?
No, it didn't fix it. So some of them have red lines and some of them just don't look right.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Anyways, he's nearby. So they attack her. He attacks them. Obviously, he's stronger and better, so he wins. He takes her into the sewer because she was knocked out. So she wakes up. She's freaking out. She's in their hideout area.
The lair.
The lair. I like that. Lair. They're in the lair. Obviously, she's freaking out because there's a talking rat and 4 turtles.
That's right.
But Splinter then tells the story of how they came to be in the sewer and how they found the turtles and how they were climbing in some radioactive waste. It's a real good backstory, you know.
I mean, it's a
and
1980s comic book. What do you want?
I liked the visuals for that, you know, with these turtles climbing around.
Pizza. That's my favorite. That was Michelangelo, if you didn't know.
I didn't know for sure, but it does make sense now.
Pizza.
So anyways, you know, he fills April in on the complete backstory. April's like, so I'm not dreaming. And then apparently is just okay with all of this.
Yeah.
You know.
She's their buddy.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, living in the sewers under New York City with their rat dad. And she's just like, okay.
How are you not okay? April's fine. Naomi's kind of weirded. I don't get it.
She gets over it so quickly. Like,
Well, they're nice to her.
You need a minute to process
Splinter
this stuff.
is a very calming presence.
He is. But you still need a minute.
All right.
Anyways, they walk her home. She invites them up for frozen pizza. She said pizza, so, you know,
Yep.
They're all excited.
Exactly.
And now they're best friends. They're laughing, joking.
all you
Everybody's
gotta do.
having a good time. Yeah.
Impressions.
That's right. They were doing impressions. Turtles make it back to their lair.
Awesome.
They find the door all busted up, and the house has been ransacked. Splinter is missing. So then we get to see the bad guys hang out, which is actually a bunch of kids that are,
One of the greatest scenes ever.
the setup of their hideout?
There wasn't a person that I knew growing up who did not want to be a bad kid, so you could go hang out at that warehouse.
It was pretty cool. I mean, it had all like the arcade games. The second floor wasn't like a complete second floor. You could see up there, and there's kids skateboarding, kids playing poker games. It starts off with a kid smoking a cigar while playing a game of pool.
Oh, it was great.
And I saw that, and I was like, is that kid like 9?
Bad kids.
Yeah, smoking a cigar.
Kids movie.
Then-
You got to show bad kids, you know?
You know, a whole bunch of kids smoking cigarettes and all that. Once in a while, you'd see a beer can on the table, but mostly it was like soda.
There were stacks, like cases of Pepsi in a couple of scenes that, as a kid, I was just like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
They did all that. They probably stole
all
all that. So yeah, we see the bad kid hang out, all of that. Got some kids playing the arcade games. We meet Shredder, the head of the crime ring, the official bad guy.
Did you write down his Japanese name?
No, I didn't. I don't even refer to it at the end.
Oh, no.
Nope.
It's okay. You don't have to.
I don't even remember what it was.
Orokusaki.
That's not too hard to remember. I still won't remember, though. And then we see Splinter tied up in their hideout. All right, back at April's house, all the turtles are hanging out. Raph went to the roof to blow off some steam, but ended up getting attacked by the Foot Clan, where he eventually falls through a skylight and into April's home.
He was thrown through. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
He's not
he
clumsy.
didn't trip.
He's not clumsy.
My bad. Falls through. He does still fall through.
He's not clumsy.
No. It was a fighting
man.
scene. All right. Then all the turtles are fighting these other ninjas.
The Foot Clan. Their feet.
That's right. And it's really crazy and hectic, and her house is absolutely destroyed by this point. Like, there is so much fighting going on in her house. At one point, they've got, like, battle axes, and they're just smashing it into the floor, and I'm like, she doesn't have a house to come back to. But we'll get there, because she won't have a house to come back to. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. More bad guys show up, causing the floor to buckle, especially because they put an axe in it a million times. All that weight, everything. They end up in the antique store that's on the first floor. Her apartment's like above it. Of course, the fighting continues. Casey Jones shows back up. One of the ninja dudes cuts some of the wiring, causing this massive fire all of a sudden. So it's safe to say things escalate really, really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
We also learn in this April lost her job.
Wonderful. Excellent little tack on. I mean, that's a Ninja Turtles thing, too. It's like the Jetsons. She's constantly getting fired or threatened to be fired and stuff like that.
But I thought it was important to know that she lost her job, but I didn't think it was important the way we find out that she lost her job. There's just too much to describe. If you want to know, watch the movie for that specific scene of the fire, and you can find out how she found out she lost her job.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm just assuming she probably lost her job because, she insults the police department and stating they weren't doing anything about this crime ring, all of that.
Pretty much.
And her boss is probably working with the Klan or something. Why is he so upset about it?
Before then, they show the chief of police calling her boss, Charles.
Yeah.
Talking to him about his kid, because his kid's been running around, we already know.
Yes.
With, the Foot Clan and stuff like that. And so I'm pretty sure, I think it's implied that the chief is like, hey, tell her to lay off or I'm going to pop your kid.
Right,
You know what I mean? So, like, then he calls and in between, like, April went on TV and said, pretty sure the chief of police knows more than he's letting on and all that. So then the chief is pissed.
Right.
They
and
start
that's why
tearing down the house, and then the boss calls and fires her.
Yes.
Also takes out a Foot Clan.
Member with the phone.
With the answering machine, yeah.
All right, so at this point, they get away, and they're all going to lay low on this farm. April, Casey, and the Turtles. We get this musical montage of them fighting and training, practicing,
That
all
music
of that
just
kind of
lives
stuff.
in my head. I can hear that music.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not. And then they all learn to meditate like Splinter was trying to show them in the beginning, and now they're ready to go back to the city and rescue their dad, the rat.
Their rat dad.
Rat dad.
He's their sensei, damn it.
But he's like their father. He took them in.
Yeah, why not?
Rat dad. I like it. All right.
Oh my god.
So they get in.
Wait, you didn't mention anything about the Splinter speech and, like all of that. And
No.
I care for you all, my sons.
No.
It was moving.
Yeah, watch the movie for those moving moments, I guess. All right, so they get back into the city. They decide to rest for the night. Danny, April's boss's kid, who is a part of the clan that Luke was just talking about, happens to be at the Turtles' home. He doesn't want any trouble, though. Seems like he's trying to go straight at this point. He ends up back at the kid's hideout, and he's talking with Splinter. And that's the point where, Splinter's talking to him and
Telling him family's important and all that junk.
Yeah, and saying that, your dad cares for you, basically.
All
and all
fathers
of that.
care for their sons.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. I should have just asked you what it was, because I'm sure you know.
Someday you'll learn.
Yeah, one day I will. One day. So, you can start telling that his mind is changing and he wants to do the right thing, but he gets stopped by Shredder, and he tries to blow everything off that he wasn't doing anything. But Shredder ends up finding out that the Turtles are back because he's got a picture, a drawing that April did of one of the Ninja Turtles in his back pocket, and Shredder finds it.
Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, don't let the kid take the damn picture.
Yeah, and why? Why did you take it and then go there? That seems like a very dangerous thing to do.
He's a dumb kid,
Well, yeah, look at him. Looks like an idiot.
Growing up, it was like, don't be like Danny. Be like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's right. So Shredder finds out that the Turtles are back.
Sorry, Dan.
Sends his minions into the sewer and plans to kill Splinter. But that doesn't go according to plan. The Turtles are able to defeat all the Foot Clan members that have been sent to attack them. They drive them out of the sewers and into the city and are still able to beat them. Casey Jones and Danny help Splinter escape. But as they're doing that, all the kids in training that want to be like part of the Foot Clan, they come out and they're trying to stop Casey and Danny, but then no one wants to act or be the first one to try to fight them. So they're just kind of standing around, and it's like, what are you going to do? You know, at this point, it's okay.
So
fine.
the leader of the kids at that point, he's also like the concierge at the bad kids warehouse.
Yes, I noticed that. What was it? He was like, if there's anything you need, and the kid is like, got any smokes? And he pulls out like 2 cartons.
It's like regular menthol. Yeah. So that guy, that's Sam Rockwell. If you know your actors and all of that, you
that
know
name
who Sam
sounds
Rockwell
familiar.
is. I will have to show you a picture. Nothing. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy pops into head first. He's Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. Again, I'll show you a picture afterwards. But if anybody doesn't know, Sam Rockwell's first movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where he plays the dirty scumbag.
Yeah.
I think it's credited as that too.
And is like, you know, like, hey, you guys can't leave or whatever, and tries to stop them, but nobody wants to do anything, so they all just stand there like idiots.
He's like, we're a family. Casey Jones says, you call this here and that down there a family?
This is a
And
family?
then he's just like, psh.
Yeah, he looks at him like, you guys are idiots.
And he grabs Splinter, and Splinter's like, Casey. It's so weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that
fine.
out there.
That's fine.
That's weird. I find it weird too, gang. Yeah. So,
well, they let him go. So then we come to our next fighting scene. There's a lot of fighting scenes in these short spans of time.
Ninja.
Where the Turtles are now taking on Shredder. But Shredder's good, and he keeps knocking them down, and he's able to deflect all their attacks. But then Danny and Casey show up with Splinter, and then Splinter appears next to Shredder, like up on the roof. That's okay.
Well, I mean, you saw like Splinter getting ready to go up on the roof.
Yeah,
they were talking. Like, when they arrive on scene, they can tell that's up there.
Yeah, it just seemed
also
magical.
They're ninjas.
Yeah, sure.
They, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. I believe it.
You accept it with Batman. Yeah. Batman's a ninja. That's how Batman does it. Did you know?
Yeah, but he's got money and he's not a rat. I don't know. It just seems to make more sense.
You don't think a rat can show up out of nowhere?
Good point. Good point. I take back what I said. All right. So Danny and Casey show up with Splinter. Splinter is then on the roof with Shredder so that they can fight it out. Splinter talks to him, referring to him by his real name.
Kosaki.
Yeah, I didn't put the name there.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then, you know, they talk for a little while. He pulls the metal piece that's, you know, covering his mouth or whatever. You can see the claw marks that, you know, Splinter had put in him a long time ago and all that backstory stuff. Yeah. So then Shredder charges at him, but Splinter flips him over the roof. But he's still holding on to him. And they're talking back and forth. Shredder throws a knife at him, which seems like a real smart thing to do to the person that's holding you from falling to your doom. But that's okay. Throws a knife at him, so Splinter kind of like lets go, releases his grip there.
Catches the knife.
Yeah, well, you know, that's an important thing.
Ninja.
Yeah. So then, not Splinter, Shredder falls into a garbage truck where Casey Jones turns this lever and it compacts everything into the truck, which is murder. Just saying.
Only
but
if
okay.
He dies.
Yeah. It was a compactor.
Yeah.
He's not getting away from that.
Okay.
All right, the police
So
arrive.
we all thought.
The police arrive. April gets her job back. Everyone lives happily ever after. Except Shredder.
That's right. Turtle power. Turtle power.
I did not need that.
Ninja Turtle power.
At the
Out of the half shell. Come the heroes in green.
No.
Is that it? That's what you got?
That's it. It said happily ever after.
Happily ever after.
Until apparently the sequel.
Until the sequel.
Yeah.
They're back. All right.
Do you really want to dive into this?
As we do after every review, I have to ask Naomi these questions, whether I want to know the answers or not. Did you like it?
Meh.
Meh. I know. And, I mean,
did it hold up? If I were 7 to 10, Probably.
As I said before, this is your own fault for not watching it when you were a kid.
I know.
That's
I
right.
know.
So, yeah, I get it. Because
I've come to peace with those terms.
I'm watching it and I'm laughing at all the shit I laughed at when I was 7 and going, oh, this isn't funny now, though. It's only funny because it was when I was 7.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
2's going to be fun.
Dude.
The secret of the ooze. You got to find out,
I don't know if I do.
Meet Toka and Razor.
More names that I won't pronounce right.
That's right. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And you'll find out who raps at the end of that one. Also, by the way. What did you know about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles going into this movie?
Again, I knew they were turtles. I had a feeling about the sewer. I knew a rat was involved. I remember the name April and a reporter.
April O'Neil.
So my brother Tim was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Makes sense.
And I had a T-shirt
Oh.
when I was very, very little.
Just a T-shirt?
Yes. That said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it. And I've got a couple of pictures where I'm wearing that T-shirt.
Awesome.
And I have no idea anything more than that.
Oh, man. I love the Turtles. I'm just thinking of all the toys that I had, all the toys that I wanted.
I feel like there's some memories back there of toys or something.
I bet you I could show you some of the cartoon, and that would probably jog your memory. Because, there was the, whatever it was, Saturday morning cartoon after school.
And
cartoon.
I'm sure I watched those and did not even, know.
Most likely.
I might have seen this movie when I was a child and not know.
Maybe.
And that's why some of it seems familiar.
I wouldn't doubt it. What were your thoughts going in?
Well, at first I thought it was an 80s movie, which it was pretty close, 1990. So I was expecting kind of 80s movie vibes. I figured we're going to get musical montages throughout this. I was nervous about how the Turtles were going to look when I realized this was not a cartoon.
Oh.
So I was,
Uh-oh.
how weird are they going to look?
They weren't bad.
They weren't bad. It's a little off-putting.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little strange, but,
Yeah.
not too bad, right?
Right.
Right? What surprised you?
I don't know. Probably just how the Turtles looked, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger, 10 years old?
I'd love it, I think, if I saw it when I was 10.
What's your favorite part?
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite part.
Come on.
Yeah,
I don't know what my favorite part is. I would try to substitute for your answer, but the whole damn thing's just so good.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There are so many scenes. Donatello and Casey Jones fixing the old truck when they're on the farm, doing the, calling each other names back and forth. That's a lot of fun.
Okay, that's a cute scene. I'm here for that.
I, for some reason, love the scene when they return to the sewer in the rain and whatnot, and Casey Jones with the whole claustrophobia thing, and, would you call me and all that stuff? That stupid old joke.
That was actually cute, too. I forgot about that.
Love the beginning when Michelangelo's ordering a pizza. Donatello comes up to him and starts talking to him all serious. Hey, have you ever given any thought about what Splinter said? Michelangelo's like, pizza dude's got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it, wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
That is powerful there, powerful stuff.
Greatest quote from a movie ever. All right. What was your least favorite part?
There was quite a few.
Least
favorite. Probably the ending, Shredder being an idiot. Hey, let me throw a knife at the guy that's holding me off a ledge.
It's hubris,
It's just dumb.
You underestimate Splinter, that's all.
I guess.
What
did you think was going to happen when you throw a knife at somebody who's holding you over a ledge?
Good point.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to someone else who hasn't seen it?
If you're a child, yes.
Watch it again?
No. I don't think so.
Stop and watch it if it's on TV?
No.
Are you happy you watched it?
I am. I am happy that I saw it and can add it to my list of movie knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a couple of references in the Ninja Turtle movie that you were able to get because of some of our past reviews. How about that? I know they made a reference or two to some, and of course it's eluding me right now, but I remember looking at you and going, there's no way you would have gotten that before because we just
Right.
watched that movie.
Yeah.
Wish
There's
I could
been
remember what it was.
a few moments like that in a couple different movies, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense now.
It's pretty
or,
awesome.
or in like TV shows, especially in TV shows, on sitcoms and things like that, when they mention something and I go, that makes sense now.
God, you're like Captain America over there going,
Yes.
I got that reference.
It's phenomenal. It's a great feeling. Because the rest of the time everybody's cracking up and I'm looking like, what the hell are you laughing at? It wasn't that funny.
That's great.
Because I didn't understand.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting through Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We'll get to The Secret of the Ooze eventually because you'll have to. Just because you have to.
I figured
We'll
I
go
would
back
have
to back Gold Member and then Secret of the Ooze.
Why would you do that to me?
Because I want to watch them, honestly. You'll like Gold Member. It's my favorite.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Famous last episode ever works.
That's right. All right. Are you ready for your thought of the day?
Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's your thought of the day, thought of the day.
You can't prove that a bottomless pit is bottomless.
Well, tell a flat earther.
Wait, what?
They just won't take no for an answer. So how about that?
Okay.
I like that though. It's
It's a good one.
a thinker.
Sure.
It makes me worry about the ocean.
If there's a bottomless pit.
Now we're
in the
getting too
ocean.
deep. Oh, see what I did there?
Literally. Nice. All right, Luke, are you going to leave us with a laugh?
I'm gonna try.
Think you'll be able to, but sure. Let's give it a shot.
Have you ever tried blindfolded archery?
No, that sounds horrific.
You don't know what you're missing.
True, but horrific.
What did the poet tell Luke Skywalker?
I don't know.
Metaphors be with you. So stupid.
I can't. I just can't.
So
I can't even grin at that one.
I tried one of these alternative milks. I don't know what magnesia is, but my cornflakes tasted horrible.
What is that? Isn't that like...
Oh, somebody write me and tell me you got that, please. Milk of magnesia.
Yeah, what is that for?
Like, I don't know, medicine or some nonsense?
That's what I thought. I thought it was like for fiber
my
or
God, way to
something.
Just lean right into it. My friend thinks he's smart. He said an onion is the only food that makes you cry. So I threw a coconut at his face.
That'll work. Yep.
He just threw me right off with it. What is that?
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is.
The creators of the English language worked for 24 hours straight. They decided to call it a day.
Yep. Yep.
All right, let's see here. Can a kangaroo jump higher than the Empire State Building?
No.
Yes, because the Empire State Building can't jump.
Oh, come on. That's stupid. These are awful. These are like the worst ones you've ever done.
Help me, Brian. I'm putting the call out.
Yeah.
Sending out the joke signal to Brian in England.
Somebody's got to help them.
Need that-
Those are rough.
That dry British wit to save the day over here.
That's right.
Let's
It
go
might save the
with it. Oh my
day.
God! All right, that's gonna that's gonna do it for way to go out on a high note, right?
That's right.
Episode 97 of Luke and Naomi on air.
Please
Thanks so
come
much-
back for 98. I'm
Thanks
sorry.
so much for coming back or starting with 97. If you started with 97, shoot
Go
us a message
backwards.
and we'll give you a prize or a hug or something because you deserve it.
Yeah.
How about that? That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
I knew it was coming. It's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not really sad. That's whatever. Episode 98 next week. I don't know the schedule, so I'm looking at you.
Yes, it is next week.
Episode 98 next week. Not sure what
Right
movie we're doing yet,
before Thanksgiving.
but we will let you know. Do we do? Is there any Thanksgiving? Planes, trains, and automobiles?
I have seen it.
Damn.
It was a long time ago,
Would've
but
been a
I
great one.
did see it.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out,
Yeah.
and we'll let you know as soon as we know. Until episode 98, thanks for sticking with us through all of these. We love you so much and appreciate it and all of that stuff. Tell your friends, Luke and Naomi on air everywhere. Give us a like and follow if you haven't yet, Facebook and the YouTube especially.
That's right.
All right. Have some fun. Be excellent to each other.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.